Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com, and this photo reminds me of a song. Yeah, it's weird that a photo triggers a song, but it's Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction. It's just like, hoof, 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 here we go. Whatever, I won't sing it. I'll get in trouble. Anyway, we're going to edit, or Greg just got done editing this photo. I don't know what he did yet, and I'm about to start my edit now, and I just liked this photo. I love the low angle. See, what we're looking for when we get these photos from you guys is to have something that, you know, is editable. It's inevitable. It's editable. Michael Romero, thank you for sending this in, by the way. We're looking for photos that are editable. So that means the exposures are there, but there's some things that can make the image slightly better to make it pop when we edit it. Or it's just an visually interesting image that still needs some tweaks. Because sometimes we get images, they're great images, but there's not much tweaking that is needed or really there, so sometimes they don't show as well. But this photo, I just love this dog. I love the dog. Hello, dog. Hello. Hey, he looks like Scooby-Roo and Fraggy. Yeah. Anyway, so I like it. I love the low angle. I love that you got down on the ground and captured this. I love that it's shot with the Nikon D700. Let's see, 1/125th of a second, 6.3, 400 ISO with a 35 to 80 f4. Interesting lens. Well, that's an old kit lens. What is that lens? I don't know. It's an interesting lens. Anyway, let's get back to editing. So, what are we going to do to this? Warm it up a little bit? A little bit of warmth. Look, the dog looks nice and warm. Let's boomify this. I don't want to boomify it too far yet. I don't know if it can handle it. But this is what I do if it can't handle too much boom, and then I make it go boom a little more, is I up my exposure to make it go boom. So let's see where we went from. There to there. Yeah, look at the dimensions. There we go. Pulling back on that just slightly. Fill light, can it be used? Oh, that's perfect. Fill light, not. Clarity, a little bit. Black and white. Yeah, you know black and white would probably work for this. Let's see. Probably not going to use black and white. I like the color feel. I do like the color feel, but you know I do like black and white. But I want to do this for a little bit. There we go. I just like it. Look at this. He's nice and sharp, or as sharp as he's going to be. Look how nice they sit. Look at that. I love that. That is just so cool. It's a cool angle. It could be one of those CD covers for something. It could be used for anything. That's the cool thing about photography now, is you never know what these images are going to be used for. Is this a Liberty Bell? It looks like a Liberty Bell right there, but that's a Philly thing. Let's see. See what happens if we go too blue? It looks too cold, and you just warm it up slightly, and it looks really cool. I like the way that this is looking. Doesn't need too much saturation or vibrance. I don't want to ruin it. Black levels, now too much is going to make it look fake. There we go. We got some boom going on in there, and that's that. So, that's my edit. I'd be interested to then put them side by side with whatever Greg has come up with. But I want you to remember, you can send your raw files only to this email address, froknowsphoto@gmail.com. That's the only email address you can send files to. And from now on, if you send in a file, you're giving us the permission to then put it up into the forum and let other people edit it. Edit it. Edit it. Tweak it. Play with it. But remember, anybody who's playing with these files, these are not your files. You do not own them. They are the photographer's files. We are just using them as learning tools to edit and play with. Do not do anything else with the images other than edit and tweak, because this is a learning thing, and the person who took the photo owns the photo. So that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to put them up in the forum and see how you would have edited this and played with it and done whatever you would have done with it. So that's what I have to say there. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.
Haha, gotcha. How to do that. Hey, it's Greg Kazilla with my turn to edit this photo. Okay, cool photo. A couple things that I don't like. Number one are this red thing back here. So guess what? I'm going straight to black and white. Let's see. Clarity? Yeah, I think we need some clarity because we need that mid-tone contrast. I'm digging the grass right here. Like it a lot. Like the angle, the low angle of the photo. I think it's really cool. So let's see. Let's open it up a little bit with a little exposure. And yeah, I like that. And some good blacks, but not too much. I think I went too much there. Back, 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 back. That's good. Now, what I'm going to try is to go in here to my black and white mix. And I'm going to edit individual areas because I think my greens could be a little darker. And so what I'm doing is I've clicked this little tool here. I wish I knew its name. I forget. I'm sure somebody will remind me or tell me. So I click that thing and then I click a color and I drag down to make it darker, where I drag up to make it lighter. And in this case I want to drag down a little bit to make it a little darker. And I think that's good. And then, let's see. I think that, let's see what this area does. See how that makes that shadow really, really pop? I think that's really cool. Let's go back over to my white balance and see what white balance does to the way this looks. I think it was better as it was in the first place. So let's leave it for this one. Now, if I was editing this photo for a print, I would definitely go along and do some of the spotting. There's this spot here. You also have some bugs flying in the air back in here. I would definitely get rid of those. Alright, spot those out for a print. Get rid of them. You don't need to see all those bugs flying in the background. Don't see any dust on the photo, which is good. Then again, it was probably shot with a pretty wide open aperture, so that's not going to be an issue. Last thing is I really want to bring the viewer's eyes back into the dog. It's a really well composed photo. I love the position of how the dog's sitting, all that stuff, but he just needs to have your eyes come into him a little bit better. You know, with all this ladder and all this other stuff, and the fact that this is in focus. So let's start out with a lens correction. I'm sorry, with an effect. Alright, and let's start out with a vignette. And that helps to darken this over here. And I think I might even darken that a little bit more with a graduated filter, because it's just distracting to me. And so it would bring down my exposure a little bit. See, it's when it wasn't there, when it's light and normal, see, it's just really distracting to me. But when you darken it, I don't think it's quite as distracting. Now, back in the day, what we learned in school was to take a photo, close your eyes, turn it upside down, and then open your eyes and look at it. When you open your eyes and it was upside down, you wouldn't quite know what you're looking at, but your eyes would go to the brightest area, and most likely the area that you're going to look at first when it's right side up. Since that's the case, and this is what's really standing out to me right here, and so I really wanted to just darken it. I don't think a crop actually wouldn't be a bad idea here. If I was going to crop it, which I'm not going to for my final image, I'd probably go with a square crop. I'd go 1:1, and oops. I'd go 1:1 and bring him over here like this, completely getting rid of the front side of the house there, still leaving him on that side and everything else, just to have that junkyard dog kind of feel, since it is a Rottweiler. But again, I'm not going to crop it. I'm actually going to go back and reset it, leave it as is, but just darken that area and darken that area over there, and that'll help to bring your eyes back into the dog where we want them to be. Well, I think we're about done. Last step is also always a little bit of extra sharpening, so we're going to zoom into 100%, and looks like our focus might have missed just a hair. Looks like it's on his nose. His nose looks a little sharper than his eyes. So, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do with that. We can't fix that, but we can certainly help it with some sharpening. I'm going to bring this back. I'd say somewhere in here. Let's see what our radius looks like. If you're not sure of how to do the sharpening thing, I had done a video not that long ago on the site, so if you're on YouTube, you can search our channel for Lightroom sharpening, and you'll find that, and it's a really good tutorial that shows you what all these individual things do in the sharpening panel, and it'll help you a lot. All right, that's looking good. Like it a lot. Greg Casillo, Fro Knows Photo.com. See ya.
And we are back. We have Gregor. You can see him in the bottom corner here. Look at that head. What's up, Greg?
Yo.
Yeah, so I figured this week we'd throw us both in for the final curtain here. And my edit, I'm Jared, I'm on the left. Greg's edit is on the right. He went black and white. I went red. I mean, color. Greg thinks that red thing was distracting. I chose not to do black and white this week. I like his contrast. It's pretty boomy. Couldn't go any further than that because I just think it would have totally blacked out. I think I would have liked to have seen some fill light, Greg.
No fill light. Sorry.
Come on, you love fill light.
No, I don't love fill light. I use fill light when I have to use fill light.
You're
Jared.
in love with fill light. You love fill light. Don't deny it. So
I'm going to deny it because I don't love fill light.
Oh, you can't see my edit, can you?
No, I can't see your edit, you chump.
Chump. Yeah, would you? I could probably share screens with you, but I'm not going to. I don't want to crash anything while we're recording.
Good old Max.
Yeah, whatever. It's Skype that I'm worried about. So, no, I mean, these are two cool edits. Michael did a great job with this photo. I like the low angle. I wonder if it's a good dog.
I don't know. We'll find out, huh?
I guess. So anyway, we'll keep it pretty short, but you got anything to say about this, Greg?
I don't know. You were busted on me about my vignette. What do you think of the vignette?
Oh, yeah. It's all right. It's not bad. You know I'm not a fan of the vignette.
Again, I use it when I have to use it. It's not a it's an artistic thing sometimes, but it's not like I add vignette to every single photo.
No,
I need to bring the eyes back into somewhere.
It's subtle.
That's when I use it.
It's subtle. It's subtle enough that it's fine. Just the
to be honest, maybe it could have been a little bit more, even more subtle.
I think it should be less. That bottom right corner's losing it.
Well, it was. I also added a little bit of a gradient in there to darken that right side of the house.
Well, I guess it would have paid if I watched your full video.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I added the gradation as well as the vignette. So the combination of those two might have blocked it up a little bit in that corner, but it still helped because it just that whole side between the red thing and then the that white wall just really drew my eyes away, and so I really needed to bring them back over to the dog, which is where they belonged.
It works. And what we're gonna do is let everybody else edit it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Let's see 'em.
That's about it, Greg. It's time for bed, man.
Sure is.
All right. Signing off. Remember, photos go to froknowsphoto@gmail.com. Do not send them to my email box, please. Just that one. And that is about it. And remember that if you send in your photo, we are now going to let everybody else edit them as well. But everybody respect the rights of the owner. They are their photos. We're just using this for educational purposes. Good enough, Greg?
Yeah, copyright. Gotta have it.
Jared Poland. froknowsphoto.com. See ya.